People, will you continue wearing masks even after this pandemic ends, and why? I can mouth words to a song in public without letting anyone know I'm doing that, so yeah. Very underrated comment. So bank cams don't see my face, and governments can't monitor their citizens. So the tracking is gonna be done via the phone and birds. r/birds are real. Pro tip, throw bad seed down on the ground as you walk. The seeds override their monitoring, and they have to peck at it. For appearance's sake. Governments hate this simple trick. I live in the Caribbean. We suffer from terrible dust in the air that blows across from the Sahara Desert. I considered buying a shemagh to protect myself during these times of the year. But wearing a mask has done the job. Short answer, yes. I'm sorry you guys get dust storms from the Sahara. ? But that must be terrible for the islands. FYI, the Amazon area has fairly nutrient poor soil. The Amazon rainforest are so lush in part due to essentially being fertilized by Saharan dust. If I'm sick, yes. Maybe if I can predict pollen stuff. Definitely did not have allergy issues this year because of wearing masks. Masks helped me a lot during allergy season. I had no problems with pollen at all. They're also nice in public bathrooms as they drastically reduce the stench. Yes, I grew a mustache. It looks dreadful to most people. Think to caterpillar slowly climbing my upper lip. Because I have a scar directly under my nose where hair does not grow. I find it hilarious every time I look in the mirror. I may transition it to the Hetfield 93 down the chin stash at some point. Edit for those asking. Not a cleft palate. Went over the handlebars of my bike when I was a kid. My face broke my fall. Top lip was separated from the under my nose. You could look in and see my gums. One good thing about masks and the shutdown thing is that some guys who need extra time to grow a beard or mustache can wait out the awkward patchy phase. Yes, during flu season, or when I'm not feeling well. Just found out I have chronic neutropenia, so I'm susceptible to bacterial infections specifically, so I will take extra precautions. Don't want a viral infection to tax my system and cause me issues. Don't want a viral infection to tax my system. Cyberpunk 2020. I read someone's comment on another thread that they wear a mask because they had chemo and their immune system was compromised before COVID-19. People would question them and even tell them point blank to take the mask off because they were somehow offended by the mask. On airplanes, strangers would tell the flight attendant that the mask wearer was trying to hide their face for nefarious reasons. This person was sick. What kind of false entitlement do you have to berate a chemo patient? I will if I have to go out and I'm sick, like with a common cold or something. Other than that, no. One positive I can see from this pandemic is that if people do what you just suggested, people won't have to suffer through the cold as often. I haven't had a cold at all this year. Yes, I'm really prone to sinus infections, so come cold season I'll get like 2 or 3. I don't get other cold symptoms, just the infection. It's super annoying though, and they last like a week and a half. All this year I've yet to have the sniffles. I've been wearing masks much before COVID actually. Pollution in my city is equal to smoking 2 packs of cigarettes daily. For reference, it is at an average of around 440 ACI, whereas healthy air remains between 0 to 50 ACI. Edit. People who are asking. Yes, I'm in Delhi RN. Geez. 1 week of the air being around 290 ACI had me feel like I was dying. My thinking too. Here in the western US, smoke was horrible this summer. I can't imagine living in that for more than the 2 weeks of hell we endured here. Yup. PNW here. There were 2 or so weeks of shitty air, but 1 week of my dog is throwing up, and the cumulative /8 minimum a day I spend outside so he can do his business are leaving my throat raw and my lungs aching. Apostrophe. It's going to feel like we're naked the first time we go into the grocery store or mall without a mask. Joke's on you. I'm going in fully naked, but with only a mask. I always thought I should be when I worked in food service. Ditto for when I worked in a microbiology lab. I hope this stays in some industries. I have a makeup artist friend who said she will continue to wear a mask after this is over for work. She is right in people's faces for sometimes over an hour non-stop. She said, "I can't believe I was just breathing their air like that. Never again." Same with my friend who's an esthetician. They spend so much time being in your face. It makes sense to wear a mask. Probably not for regular use, but since I have them now I will probably try to follow Japan's lead and wear one in the future if I feel sick. Seems like a nice thing to become common courtesy if we can manage the cultural shift. Yeah, I really hope mask wearing becomes socially acceptable and common during flu season moving forward. Is nice and warm and hides my ugliness. That was indeed a nice positive side. When it's cold outside it works much better than a scarf that keeps sliding down. I agree. This has been the warmest winter to date. Thanks to you, Mr. Mask. Yes, because I need to rob a bank. My daddy was a bank robber, but he never hurt nobody. He wore a mask because of COVID and he loved to steal your money. No. Cause it fogs up my glasses and I can't see shit. Yep. Glasses. Backslash Ash1 complaint. This would solve a real problem. If anyone is looking for a business idea out there, a few weeks ago a news station in Toronto ran a segment on how to properly wear a mask with glasses. I thought maybe I'd been wearing them wrong, so I watched it. The best advice they gave was tape the upper side of your mask to your face using scotch tape. Yeah, not about to have tape marks all over my face. What an awful solution. Especially if you wear makeup. And the tape would probably come off every time you lift your mask to drink or something. Yeah, right, EK, when there will be a day to officially declare, okay, pandemic over, you'll pack it in. We did it. I think things will move forward in phases of safety precautions and masks may be at least recommended for possibly a long time, given that there's possibility of mutating virology exhibited with SARS-CoV-2. I do think once we reach a solid threshold of people having been immunized, things will be in better shape. Also though, I can't believe I'll let people breathe all over me so much before Haharan. In addition, walking outside in the winter with a thick mask has kinda been awesome in terms of keeping a little warmer, I can't lie, plus covering up some random acne, coffee breath, etc. The cold weather warmth from a mask is definitely a bonus. I probably will when I'm feeling sick, like they do in other countries. I've always thought that it was polite and a good custom. Now that masks may be more common in America, it'd be nice to not need to work from home every time I have the sniffles. I'm gonna ride this mask train as long as I reasonably can. It's been 9 months since a stranger told me I should smile. I never appreciated how much those weekly comments weighed me down until I was suddenly free of them. And guess what? I smile a lot more behind my mask. I love masks for this. I have resting bitch face and no poker face. I don't get told to smile. And when someone at work says or does something stupid, they can't see me react. That's going to be a big learning curve when I go back into the office. I've been working from home since March. I'm on a new team since then, and while I like them all, a few of them like to tell very corny jokes. I'm super used to just eye-rolling and facepalming at will, where nobody can see me. Definitely keep eye-rolling and facepalming. It's kind of half the point of making corny jokes, to elicit such a reaction, lol. Right. The bigger the groan, the bigger the win. Yes, possibly during flu season, I've noticed a lot more people than I thought are nasty AF. I don't love the masks, but I will say I'm far more hyper aware of people and their germs than I was before. Doesn't help that I was already mildly germophobic and can't stand the feeling or thought of germs/dirt on my hands. I love how less random teenage boys talk to me when I wear it. I had to read this 4 times before I realized you probably meant fewer random teenage boys. I now feel silly for how much thought I put into why a mask would deter people that don't know you more than others. There is a guy in my town that goes apeshit when he sees me in my mask. Not sure why it bothers him. For this small pleasure I will keep my mask on. Are you the only person around wearing a mask? I'm not the only one. It runs about 50/50. It is a very small town, and we do not have any governing body and people do what they do. Everyone pretty much leaves everyone alone with a few exceptions. Grandpa Speedo just likes to try to intimidate me because who knows. I didn't realize this until last week honestly, but those masks are really good outside in the cold. I've always struggled with scarves. Honestly, I looked like the before black and white video on one of those infomercials with scarves, but a nice warm mask walking to lunch by my work. Yes please. Yes. My nose doesn't feel like it's about to fall off. Finally. No. So my acne can finally go away again, like it was before this pandemic. Same. I finally had the skin of my dreams, no joke, before this pandemic. No offense, but when people say to wash my mask, in like yeah. It's like when they tell people with acne to stop dairy or drink more water. Like I guarantee you someone with acne who is interested in skincare knows more about this than you do, and your suggestions are insulting. Some of us get acne/masks despite literally the best hygiene. Asking just sucks lol. I'm honestly enjoying it. So yes, I don't have to put on fake customer service smiles anymore. No one realizes how hard it is to actually do that constantly until you work retail or customer service. People are ducking jerks, and we basically have to let them bully and abuse us all while smiling about it. With a mask hiding my face, I at least don't have to force a smile anymore. As long as we can still see the contempt in your eyes, it's all good. I won't. Too much of a hassle to wear with my glasses. I'm not an anti-masker by any means, but I'd prefer not to wear one if I don't have to. Honestly won't wear one if I don't have to, but if I do I won't give someone a hard time about it. Yes, to hide my hideous facial aesthetics. This must have been a great year for people with crappy teeth and beautiful eyes. Crappy teeth here. Yes, I can now hold conversations without noticing them trying not to glance at my mouth. I'll wear them as long as I can't afford extensive dental work. I doubt it. As soon as I feel safe enough to stop, I'll stop. They're hot and stuffy. They fog up my glasses, and they make it difficult to breathe. Hence why I don't leave the house very frequently. Not at all. But I'll for sure be paying attention to random coughs or sniffs that happen around me. I will also not come to work if I feel sluggish, tired or sick. Rather spare people of getting whatever I have, or spare myself from catching something else due to my immune system being low on batteries. I'll be more careful. No chance. I will continue to wear it without any hint of complaint while there is any danger at all, because I know it is important. But I hate it. I hate having to remember a mask whenever I go out and fumble with it whenever I enter a shop. I hate that I can't hear people speak as clearly, and I hate the physical barrier it puts up between people in a community. I want to be able to see people's facial expressions and I want to be able to smile at people the moment it is declared safe not to do so. It's going in the bin. I agree. I wear one when required because I'm not a dick. But the fantastic and I'm allowed to. They are going on the bonfire to be ritually sacrificed to the pagan god of Duckme. What an immensely shit year this has been. Definitely wearing it for a while. It'll take time for them to approve a vaccine for infants and children, so I don't want to give it to my kids. They also haven't put out any info that I know of as to if vaccinated people can still shed virus and infect others. Lastly, I'm immunosuppressed, so the vaccine will likely have a diminished effect on me. My wife and I got sick while in a crowded basement in museum with people coughing. So yay. During flu season, I'm wearing a mask. Getting sick sucks. I also will wear one if I'm sick. Same with crowded public places. I mean, I kinda like it. I can go out and hide my ugly face or just hide in general. I also won't say I've gotten more compliments, but I have gotten some interesting glances/stares, so _/ yes, I love the feeling of being almost anonymous in public now. Yes, I'll still wear a mask when needed because 1. I'm diabetic and get easily sick, and 2. It's so easy and quick to just put mask. hat and some clothes on to go outside, instead having to fix your hair and face up. The second option. It's easier to wear a mask than to apply makeup. Hey PSSST. Please subscribe and like.